Last year, the Maryland Terrapins' journey to their first ever NCAA men's basketball championship was a quest for R-E-S-P-E-C-T. This season, the only word the Terps are trying to spell is, with all due respect to Aretha Franklin, R-E-P-E-A-T. Repeat. The quest for back-to-back Jacks began in earnest Friday night in the South Regional. Time now for our first Mariner Bank Terps game summary. Maryland looking to start their march to repeat against UNC Wilmington, led by senior Steve Blake and Drew Nicholas. Early on, Terps establishing the inside game. Sleepy Randall waking up the house, a nice easy bucket. Minutes later, Taj Holden to Sleepy again. And the Terps looking good early. Later in the half, John Gilchrist on the break. Nick Cantor Medley finishes. Terps up one. All's right in the universe, right? But as the first half starts to wind down, UNC Wilmington starts to step up. John Goldsberry drains the three. That would start a trend. UNC only down 5 at the break. Second half, Maryland built a 10-point lead, but here comes that crafty Goldsberry. He was 8 of 8 from three-point land. UNC down by a tray. More Seahawks. Brett Blizzard. He was cold until then he started to heat up. Blizzard nails the three. Gary wants a timeout, tied at 62. Then more Blizzard. Snowball effect in full effect. Seahawks by 5. Terps try to find the answer. Drew Nicholas. Sweet shot. Long distance run around. Terps down by a deuce. Under 25 to go now. Another senior steps to the floor. Steve Blake buries the three. Terps in the waning moments by 1. But after a pair of Seahawks free throws, the Terps would need this to keep the dream alive. Drew Nicholas, the unbelievable shot, heard from Bethesda to Baltimore. And Maryland lives to fight another day in unbelievable, dramatic, come-from-behind fashion. Thanks to the seniors. Drew Nicholas, 22 points for the game. None more important than that final desperation three that gave Maryland the win. Sleepy Randall chipped in 15. Steve Blake, 10. Our Chick Hernandez caught up with the guys after the game, including the hero, Mr. Drew Nicholas.
Take me through the last 5 seconds. For Drew Nicholas, what did you see? What did you feel?
As soon as I caught the ball, to be totally honest, I didn't see any of my other teammates. I just kind of tried to get the ball down as fast as I could and make a shot. As being a player, you have to want to take those kinds of shots and make those kinds of shots.
Praying, please go in, please go in. That's all you hope. For that seemed like that shot was up in the air forever. I mean, I was just watching it the whole time. And as it got closer, it was like, I think it's going in, and then it went in. It was crazy.
What does the coach go through with 5 seconds to go, 94
Yeah,
feet?
well, I'm just, my first thought, and I'm getting old, but my first thought was to keep the guys on the bench because they can call a technical foul if you run out in the court celebrating and then they have like 0.2 of a second left on the clock, so you can't run on the floor, so I was worried about that. Then I was worried about, I saw it with time, get out of his hand, so I knew it was good. Then I was worried, would they call it good?
Just tell me the emotion of the moment.
Oh, it was a lot of emotion. Drew stepping up and hitting that big shot at the end. Steve coming down hitting that three wide open in the corner. It's just a lot of emotion. It's a tough game. You had to scratch and claw this game. I think they're tired of hearing about the ACC over there at UNC Wilmington. And, they wanted to come out here and prove a point that last year wasn't a fluke against USC. And, I think they definitely proved their point out that they just didn't get the win.
It felt like the world stopped for a second. Everything else around us, you forget about everything around you. It's just like you just stuck in time, and the ball is in the air, everybody's quiet, you can hear a pin drop, and as soon as that thing splashed in the net, it was chaos,
Wow, great stuff. And